According to the Energy Services Group International, nuclear energy has a 91% efficiency rate compared to coal, the runner-up, with a 59% efficiency rate. If nuclear energy is far and away the more efficient option of the two, why isn't it being used as much as coal? Hi, my name is Sean O'Brien, and today I'm going to be speaking to you about nuclear energy, specifically why we should use it. So I'm going to cover the benefits of nuclear energy, why it's not being used, and some ways we can change that. So first off, the benefits. According to the latent semantic analysis at University of Colorado at Boulder, nuclear energy provides 21% of America's power, yet a new reactor hasn't been installed since 1979. That should be a testament to nuclear energy's merit, that this 40-year-old technology that hasn't been built up in 4 decades is still providing a fifth of the nation's power. And so next I'm going to be covering why it isn't used. So there are 2 main reasons. One, the various nuclear disasters. So events like Fukushima, Chernobyl, 3 Mile Island, all of those have a horrible reputation and have scarred the reputation of nuclear energy as a whole. But according to the World Nuclear Association, Fukushima was a 7 on the scale of nuclear disasters, which is the worst it possibly could have been. Yet no casualties were caused as a direct result, and no ill effects have yet been found. It should say that one of the most recent and most damning things about nuclear energy hasn't had any true ill effect that we've seen yet. And in addition, according to Steve Brockman, a journalist, nuclear energy has less total deaths combined than a single coal explosion in China, which killed over 1,500 people in a mine. The fact that nuclear energy, which is always portrayed as something scary, oh, it's nuclear, that alone scares a lot of people, but it has less deaths than coal, which we've been using more and more and more over time, should tell you something. And secondly, nuclear weapons. Now, nuclear weapons and nuclear reactors are nothing alike. When a nuclear reactor melts down, it releases radioactive energy and particles into the environment. It doesn't explode, there is no fallout. And most of the time, for example, with Fukushima and 3 Mile Island, all that radiation, most of that radiation, I should say, was contained by walls built around the reactors that, even in 1979, were able to protect the environment. No deaths, no cancers, no ill effects have been found to have been caused by the 3 Mile Island nuclear meltdown. And Chernobyl, yes, there is an exclusion zone. That is because it was built in a Russian reactor, which at the time of the Soviet Union was running on low power. Safety standards weren't being followed. Chernobyl wasn't the fault of nuclear energy, but the people running it. And none of these could have exploded or killed the millions, the thousands that have been killed as a result of coal and gas and fire and other various energy disasters. So now I'm going to be covering about how we can fix this. So the long term, the grandest thing is our Congress could pass legislation that would incentivize nuclear energy. Even in states, they could subsidize it, make it more equitable, more profitable. And on a more local scale, you could form a committee that would not protest, but advocate for nuclear energy. Get groups that would write to your senators, your representatives, and say, hey, this is an incredibly efficient option that hurts our environment less than any other source we found. And on a more local scale, it's not local, but personal scale. You could do what I'm doing and try and educate people about it, stop the spread of misinformation. Nuclear energy isn't as dangerous as these disasters have made it out to be. They've been far and away exaggerated. So all in all, nuclear power is something that should be utilized sometime in the hopefully near future. It's incredibly efficient. Its reasons for not being used are not very strong, and there are ways that all of us can do things to get it back into the limelight and used sometime soon. Thank you.